Spheres. A sphere is just a fancy name for a ball. The Earth, the Moon, and the Sun are all pretty good examples, even if they aren't perfectly spherical. Like any solid object in 3 dimensions, they all have a surface area and a volume. Because spheres are so common, it is very useful to learn the formulas for the area and volume of a sphere. The surface area of a sphere is given by 4 pi r squared. The r is the radius of the sphere. It is an interesting fact of geometry that the area of a sphere is exactly 4 times the area of a circle of the same radius. To show you how to use this formula, let's calculate the surface area of the Moon. The Moon has a radius of 1,737 kilometers. Plug this radius into the equation, and then you can solve for the area. The radius squared is 3.017 times 10 to the 6th kilometers squared. This number times 4 pi is 3.791 times 10 to the 7th kilometers squared. Notice that since the radius had 4 significant figures, the calculated area has been rounded to include only 4 significant figures. Now let's calculate the volume of the Moon. The formula for the volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. The r cubed means radius times radius times radius, so right away you should recognize this as a volume formula even if you didn't know it was that of a sphere. 1,737 kilometers cubed times 4/3 pi equals 2.195 times 10 to the 10th kilometers cubed. This seems like a pretty big volume until you start comparing it to some of the other objects in the solar system. To summarize, the surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared, and the volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed.